Galvin,
do solemnly swear that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Florida.
the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Florida.
That I will, in all respects, observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances of the city of North Miami.
Yeah, whatever you just said.
Observe the provisions of the charter
Observe the provisions of the charter
and ordinances of the city of North Miami.
and ordinances of the city of North Miami.
And that I will faithfully discharge
the
duties of the office of councilman, District 1,
District 1.
so help me God.
So help me God.
At this time, I would like to present this certificate to Scott Galvin as the council member for District 1 for regular election, May 12, 2015.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you, Father Taylor. For those of you who don't know, Terrence and I have known each other since we were in the 10th and 11th grade together at North Miami Senior High School about 30-something years ago. So, Terrence, thank you for being here tonight. And I start with thank yous, most of all to the voters of my district who have returned me to office again this year. It is truly a privilege and a pleasure to continue to serve my hometown, to continue to give you my efforts and my elbow grease every day of the week, every week of the year. And of course, I have to acknowledge my mother, who's here tonight, Opal Galvin. Hi, Mom. Of course, without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you for being here tonight. I also want to acknowledge a couple of other elected officials who are in the room tonight, considering this might be a room. Former Mayor Frank Woland, who's with us. Former Mayor Kevin Burns. Former Councilman Michael Blinn. And former Councilman Jacques Despinos. And if I missed any of the rest of you, I'm sorry. They didn't write it down, so I just figured I'd jump in. You know, I have been the city councilman here in District 1 since 1999. I am truly the old gray hair on council. I don't see anybody else up here with any gray hair. So as the now officially longest serving city councilman in North Miami's history, it gives me a great pause and a great pleasure to come here and talk to you tonight. You know, a few things are different since the year 1999 when I first got elected. Back in 1999, there was a Clinton in the White House. Bill Clinton was the president of the United States. Back in 1999, the Miami Hurricanes still played football in the Orange Bowl. And back in 1999, one of the hottest contested political items before us as a city council was whether or not payphones were placed too close to the city sidewalks. Now, stop and think about that for a second. Payphones. A lot has changed since 1999, but in a lot of respects, too much remains the same. As many of you knew, I grew up here in North Miami, like City Clerk Etienne. I also graduated from North Miami Senior High. And if you were to, all right, pioneers, all right. If you were to walk up and down these streets when I was a little kid, whether it be Biscayne Boulevard, 125th Street, Dixie Highway, or 7th Avenue, the streets look sadly exactly the same. We have not grown our tax base much, if at all, in the going on 50 years since I was born. And you know what happens when you don't grow? You stagnate. You rot. You die. If North Miami doesn't do more over the coming years to grow our tax base, and yes, that means development, we'll rot and we'll die. Of course, that doesn't mean we're going to hand over the keys to any developer that comes along. We'll be smart. We'll be thoughtful. But North Miami absolutely must turn its attention toward the future. Now, too often, we hear about a project and immediately assume the worst. And that's understandable. For the last few years, North Miami's worst nightmares have been a reality. HUD fines for violating housing procedures, council members pleading no contest to exploiting their position for the benefit of family members, IRS violations for unauthorized travel and payments to merchants, ethics violations for hiring family members, staff performing outside jobs while still on the city's clock, arrests for using city funds for personal finances, and an ongoing state audit of 4 different city departments. Arrests, fines, scandals, negative headlines. We've been so beaten down that we've forgotten we have the potential to do incredibly positive things. We can improve our parks. We can improve our infrastructure. We can continue to make this a community where people want to move to raise their families. North Miami, you should expect better. North Miami deserves better. And city officials need to behave better. Tonight's party, and it's a wonderful thing, I'm glad we're gathered here to celebrate. Tonight's party cost us at least $10,000. But across town tonight at the Sasso Pool, the tot lot doesn't work. Our filters are in need of repair. Here we are in the summer months, and the city's only swimming pool is not operating at top capacity. Where are our priorities? They should not be on city council members. They should be on the kids who need access to a pool to learn how to swim. And when I enter city facilities, I see bathrooms in need of repair. I look around and I see sidewalks that are broken. Why haven't we addressed these things? We've been fined by multiple government agencies multiple times in recent years. $154,000 by HUD, $35,000 by the Internal Revenue Service. We always manage to find money to pay those items, but we can't find the money to fix our city's infrastructure. Where are our priorities? They should not be for covering up the violations of city council members. They should be on opening a new library for the families who need access to books and the internet. Our money should be focused on finding ways to give raises to our police officers who haven't seen any type of increase in multiple years. Doing these things will mean we need to be bold. Doing these things will mean we need to step out on a limb. We cannot be afraid. We can't hope to keep living in the 1950s. In the coming months, we're going to learn what we are made of. Yes, there will still be negative headlines to come. The ongoing state audit of our finances is sure to reveal practices of which we will be embarrassed. But the good news is that more and more, the negative headlines will be about things that happened in our past and not about things that are happening right now. So residents, I need your help. Please become as active as you can. Join your homeowners associations, join your PTA, volunteer in the community. We grow stronger when we act as a team, and it gets better for everybody when it gets better for everybody. You can expect that I will work even harder than I have before. We as council members need to remember we are here to serve, not to be served. 4 years from now, we'll be back here again. And like in 1999, there may be a Clinton in the White House. But we can't continue to operate under the rules of 1999 if we hope to move this city forward. Let us not be afraid. Let us gather ourselves up. Let us be bold. Let us move into a future for North Miami. Let us make this city the best that it can be. Thank you, everybody, for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you again, Councilman Galvin. And now I call up Patricia Saint-Ville-Joseph, who will administer the ceremonial induction of North Miami Mayor re-elect Dr. Smith Joseph, and holding the Bible is his son, Sebastian Joseph. By the way, Patricia is the mayor's wife.